He is one of the biggest names to come out of Mississippi. We are talking all things Big K.R.I.T. It's been 3 years since he's released new music, and now he is giving fans a reason to celebrate with an upcoming tour and new album titled DRDD, which stands for Digital Roses Don't Die. This morning, we have Big K.R.I.T here. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you? Big week.
I'm blessed. It's amazing. I'm excited. Been working on this album for a little while now, so I'm excited for people to hear the music and hold.
Oh, absolutely. I know. We have a lot of fans here at ABC 24 as well. We're very excited.
Hey, let's go.
We were listening to some music this morning too. So what was the song that dropped yesterday?
South Side of the Moon.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And it's like my due to hip hop, a love song to hip hop, and me first being introduced to it on the East Coast, and watching hip hop move to the West Coast, and then wanting to bring it on to the South, you know?
Well, speaking of the South, you are from Mississippi. So how does your upbringing and the South influence your music?
Just having the humbleness and the grit, and also being super excited, not only to put out music and show a different kind of reflection when it comes to the South, but also just the grind of it all, like having to leave home and having to continuously prove myself, I think prepared me for the career and having the longevity in this kind of industry. And the morals that my grandmother raised me with, wanting to put that in my music and the soul, and just having a large amount of inspiration, because being from Mississippi, you hear so many different kinds of music, and I'm blessed that I can put all that into mine.
I was going to ask off of that, being from Mississippi, but also, I mean, Memphis is pretty close. Any of the Memphis music scene influence you at all?
Definitely. 8 Ball and MJG, Three Six Mafia. But if we're talking about soul and blues, I mean, I got to go with, people like Willie Hutch. And then you're talking about, it's a gang of other people. But even seeing how B.B. King was able to maneuver and go back and forth there, and the kind of love he got from being from Mississippi. So every time I actually go to Memphis, it's a beautiful experience just to see the amount of support I get from, being a country boy, because I know y'all get it too, and y'all understand. And, it's just always an exciting show and experience, and the love when I drop music.
And we talked about the one you dropped yesterday, but the album is coming out later this week. So what can we expect from DRDD and the tour that is kicking off in April, just a few months from now? Also, let us in on a secret. Do you have a favorite song?
Well, that's that's hard to say. Well, when it comes to Digital Roses Don't Die, the entire album is pretty much just a love story in a sense, and it tells the ups and downs about love, and the concept of getting to a point where you just meet somebody and you really want to get to know them, and you're just trying to impress them. Then you get to the point where you decide you really want to settle down with that person, and you want to build something with that individual. And then in that moment, when you get to the point where you kind of know each other and things kind of slow, and you don't really do the exciting things anymore, and balancing that, and then get into the end of it where you decide whether this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with or not. And wanted to tell it in a very beautiful musical way as well, and trying to use my voice as much as an instrument as I possibly could. And one of my favorite songs as of now would definitely have to be South Side of the Moon. But there's another record called Just For You that I think really sums up what a lot of people just did on Valentine's Day. And what we just go through is really wanting to prove to someone that we're 100% in on the relationship, and wanting to make it work.
Absolutely. And I know the tour kicking off in just a few months, expectations for that as well.
It's going to be crazy. I mean, because again, I haven't been out in a long time. So it's like a family reunion. I get to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in years. And normally people will come through and we talk about the family, and some of them have kids now. And so I'm excited to have those kind of conversations and build. And then I also got an amazing artist, LA, coming out, and an artist named Price. And those are my homies, and we also got music with each other as well. And so it's always about bringing a crazy amount of energy. I got a lot of songs that I'm going to be singing, per se, so I'm doing and working on getting my vocals together. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be energetic, and people know how I get down. It's about building a moment as much as possible on tour.
My husband already said we'll be in the audience for that.
I got y'all. Don't worry. I got y'all backstage if you want. You know what I'm saying?
We wouldn't want. We wouldn't want. We love it. Thank
Definitely.
you. Well, I also know you
No problem.
directed the So Cool video, which is so cool, like the name. What was that experience like? And did your work with other directors like Spike Lee, who's done some of your videos, kind of influence your approach to that?
Man, for me, well, I got to shout out to my team. Shout out to Steve-O, which is a marketing guru for me. He really was like, "Yo, you should direct this So Cool video," because a lot of times when it came to my album covers, even treatment ideas, I would pretty much have an idea of what I wanted to see the song play out like. But this was the time, and where he was like, "Yo, bro, you should do it." And this particular, I've been an Anchorman fan, so it was just like, man, I really want to see this play out. And Lord knows, I thought it was going to look whack in the beginning. In my mind, I was like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. And I prayed this go well. And as soon as DJ Wally Sparks put on his fro, got in front of the booth and said that first line, I was like, oh, this is going to work. And it just flowed from there. And shout out to David, Kim, and Thang, because people really helped me kind of maneuver through it, because there's a lot of lingo I didn't know. But it was a beautiful experience, and I got a lot to learn if I'm gonna keep doing it. I promise you that.
Well, I really enjoyed the video. I really did. And I guess one of my final questions is, what have you learned in the decade since your first album came out? If you can believe it's been 2012, now 2022. And how do you feel you're evolving as an artist in that time frame?
Well, I would say what I've learned is definitely stick with my guns and creative control. Believing in myself, believing in the music I make, and staying transparent in my music gives me the opportunity to grow. And with that kind of growth, when it comes to the support I get from people musically, when I do interviews like this, I'm able to be authentically myself. And that just allows me to be as creative as I want to be, and not necessarily worry about sales and worry about how the industry's shifting, but just to be me. And then I've been blessed to carve out a space where I can pretty much do whatever I want creatively, and people are with it. And then I have the opportunity to kind of change some of the rhetoric that I might have rapped about back in 2012, because I've gotten older. Some of the things I'm like, maybe I should talk about and let people know I don't feel that way anymore. Because we all grow as humans, and I definitely want to put that in my music.
I feel it. Well, is there anything else you want people to know about Digital Roses Don't Die, or the tour coming up, that I might not have asked you?
Man, first off, go on, get them tickets now. Get them tickets now. The album is coming out 18th. Digital Roses Don't Die, and we all have digital roses that have been passed down to us from generation to generation. That picture your grandmother gave you, and you passed it down to somebody else, and then the story that comes behind that, digital roses have been given to us way before it was a social media thing. So it's not just about my music or the experience that I'm giving, but we all have those experiences with our loved ones and with each other. And so I want people to understand that's what the album is really tailored toward as well, and love and positivity. And more tied to the sun dies, my movement, my brand, and we ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna be dropping some music. Just believe that.
Dropping gems on us this morning, as well as the music. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, K.R.I.T. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, too.
You are welcome, and you heard him. Digital Roses Don't Die, his new album comes out Friday. Make sure you check it out.